Hi everyone, Mikey79 here and welcome to this new deck video of Magic Duels. Today's deck is going to be a Selesnya Humans deck, and that means that the colors are white and green, and humans are a pretty strong archetype in the meta right now, so I wanted to build a deck around it. Now usually you see them white-blue too, playing with Reflector Mage, which is pretty damn powerful. But I wanted to do something else and I winded up being Selesnya. You can also go band, play all three colors, but that's a little bit... it slows me down too much, so I chose for two colors only. So let's start with the first card, Kytheon. Yeah, the tactic of the deck, the strategic plan is to go fast here, so a 1 mana cost creature is probably the best you can have, and you get a 2/1 that you can make indestructible until the end of turn for only 3 mana. Now you all know him. If you can flip him, if you attack with 3 creatures and you can flip him, you get Gideon Battleforged, which is even better, a planeswalker for 1 mana. What more can you want? And we all know him, he's pretty awesome. Then, a bit similar to Kytheon is the Expedition Envoy, like the Elite Vanguard actually. You pay 1 white mana and you get a 2/1 vanilla, and pretty damn good. Only this one is just a little bit better because he's also an ally, and we do play some ally cards, not that much, but we do play them, so sometimes it is a significant creature type. Then Enshrouding Mist, I played 3 copies of it. I really like this card. You actually have to see it as removal. For 1 mana, white mana, at instant speed, a target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and you can prevent all damage that will be dealt to it. And if it's renowned, untap it. Now I also play some renowned cards, but they are already, most of them are already have already vigilance, so that's not very significant, but you do not play it for that neither. You play it to save your creature and to get rid of another one. Then yeah, a damn good card is this Militia Captain right here. You pay 2 mana or 1 white, and when you have 4 creatures on the battlefield, he flips, and when he flips you get a Westvale Cult Leader, and his power is equal to the number of creatures you control, so automatically it becomes a 4/4 at least. And then at the beginning of your end step you always get a 1/1 human creature token on the board. Pretty damn good. Thalia's Lieutenant, one of the reasons why you want to play humans, actually this is the card why you play humans. When he enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on each other human, so actually every creature of you gets buffed. And then whenever a human, when he's on the battlefield and another human enters the battlefield, you can put a +1/+ counter on him. So really good card, really powerful, interesting early game, interesting late game, well-round card. Very powerful. Then we always forget, because there's such a giant lion on the on the drawing, I mean on the picture, but it is a human. It is a human knight, and he has first strike, which is already an awesome ability. A little bit more difficult to cast because of his mana cost, double white. But when he enters the battlefield, you can search your library for a place if your opponent has more lands than you. And yeah, that's pretty good too. Then another double white mana cost creature is this one, the Consul's Lieutenant. Just another creature to buff your card again, buff your other creatures. He has first strike. I love that ability. And when he attacks, every other creature gets a +1/+1 when he's renowned. So awesome card, still is. Then the Topan Freeblade, also still a pretty damn strong card. Usually you get him up to a 3/3 because of the renown, and he has vigilance, so strong card. Declaration in Stone, just very good removal. Your opponent will get a clue, so probably we will be able to draw a card out of it, but then he has to spend mana on it, and you flood the board, and by the time he draws a card, and then it needs to be an answer to your cards, to the situation on the board. And yeah, giving him a clue isn't that much of a big deal actually, because it's going to go fast, and at least that's the point. And he just he shouldn't have the time to even sack his clue. Then the Lantern Scout, if the game goes a bit longer, you can get some life out of this one. It's also an ally, so he has a synergy with the 1-drop here, with this one. So when this one enters the battlefield, all your creatures get lifelink 2 when he is already on the board, so pretty damn strong. Were there any other allies here? No, not yet. Then another card that I really adore, the Tireless Tracker. This one is a bit slower. He's 3 mana, 1 green, but he is a human, and whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. And whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a +1/+1 on him. Yeah, it's really strong. It works really well, especially with evolving wilds and everything. And usually you have some extra mana because everything is very low cost. And usually you will have some mana open to sack the clues. And if you don't, they're there. And when you're out of cards, you can sack some clues. So, or you can buff him in response when he gets blocked or whatever. It's a damn good strong card actually. And I'm glad I chose for Selesnya so I can play this one. Pretty damn good. Then the Veteran Warleader, Selesnya colors, 3 mana, a green and a white. And his power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. We will probably have a lot of them. And when when you untap an ally, when you tap an untapped ally, you can give him an ability that you want. You can give him First Strike, Vigilance, or Trample. If he's really big, the Trample is interesting, and if he's not, the First Strike can be interesting. Depends on how the opponent blocks. The Vigilance, usually that's not important. Then the Citadel Castellan. Still like this card too. 3 mana, a green and a white. Vigilance, Renown 2, so he gets, usually becomes a 4/5, which is a great toughness. He's out of range of language and all that crap. And then always watching, really a key card in this deck. You have plenty of creatures and you want to buff them, and this one just does that great. +1/+1 and Vigilance. Yeah, awesome. Then, still a great card, Kytheon's Irregulars. For 4 mana, you get a 4/3 with Renown 1, so he becomes a 5/4 if he does damage to a player. But the ability is also pretty neat. For a double white cost, you can tap a target creature and you can attack with all of your humans. And then, of course, Gideon, he creates some allies, puts some more. They're not human, unfortunately, but they do have the synergy with the allies. And yeah, it's just still a great card in a beatdown deck, and it isn't any other way in this deck. You can make him a 5/5 and just bring the pain, or you can give an emblem. He really belongs in this kind of decks. And then I wanted to play Avacyn, but I figured that this one is actually a bit more interesting, because Avacyn, when she flips, she does 3 damage, so it could be a board wipe on both sides. Your humans aren't always buffed or whatever, so the 3 damage can wipe your side of the board too. And I thought it was a bit too risky, so I chose for this one as my 5-drop, Hero of Goma Fada. And whenever an ally enters the battlefield under your control, your creatures gain indestructible. So in that sense, it's a little bit the same as Avacyn, only Avacyn can do it on flash speed. So when your opponent does a board wipe, for example, except for language, but any other board wipe, you can save them with Avacyn, and you can't do that with this one. It doesn't have flash, so that's the only big difference. But generally, I prefer this one because you can give your creatures indestructible multiple times because of all of the other allies that you play. I play 7 of them, I guess, and with Gideon I can make allies. So yeah, the allies do pop up. So that's the deck. And for the mana, yeah, I do play a lot of more white than I do play green. I still play so I play 9 plains, 4 forests. Guess this could be a little bit less, but yeah, I don't draw that much cards, and I do want my green land too. So then the Canopy Vista, 2 copies. The Westvale Abbey, of course, with all the creatures, it shouldn't be a problem to sack 5 of them at a certain moment. Then the Sunpetal Grove, 2 copies, and the Evolving Wilds to thin out the deck, 4 copies. And that's about it, guys. It's pretty strong. I haven't lost with it yet. I have tested it quite a lot, and my rank is 30 now or something, and I went from 20 to 30 thanks to this deck. Of course, it isn't invincible. There are some soft, there are weaknesses. Board wipe still remains a problem with this, and it has problems if you dedicate too much to the board. It's difficult to come back. But it is, yeah, it's pretty. It's a high win percentage. Pretty damn good deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed this deck tech video, and I hope I see you guys at the gameplay video. See you next time, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.